On January 4, 1903, a Luna Park elephant named Topsy was publicly electrocuted at Coney Island, surrounded by spectators and the press. Nowadays, it has become a common fun fact that Thomas Edison electrocuted the elephant as an experiment during his War of Currents, where he sought to prove that his direct current model of electricity was safer than the alternating current proposed by Nicholas Tesla and George Westinghouse. The idea that Edison was an elephant killer has become fairly widespread, and was even featured in an episode of the popular cartoon series Bob's Burgers. But do these allegations have any truth? Was Edison really responsible for the electrocution of Topsy the elephant?
This is what really happened, people!
Actually, no, it isn't. The allegations are indeed false. In fact, historians not only agree that this is a misconception, but that Edison was never even involved with the decision to electrocute the animal, let alone the electrocution itself. This brings up a new question. How did the death of a park elephant come to be associated with Edison's battle against Tesla for DC currents? First, let's look at some background. Who was Topsy, and why was she being electrocuted? Topsy was a circus elephant who had originally belonged to the Four-Paw Sells Brothers Circus, and was later sold to Coney Island's Luna Park. Throughout her time spent as a circus elephant, as well as her time at Luna Park, she had worked up a reputation for causing trouble, including rampages and attacks. She killed a total of 3 people, and after the 3rd death, she was deemed unmanageable, and Luna Park officials decided that she had to be put down. Originally, Topsy was to be killed by hanging. However, the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals intervened, protesting that hanging was an unnecessarily inhumane method of execution, and requested that a different method be used. So, in order to ensure that she was killed quickly, it was decided that Topsy would die by electrocution, poisoning with cyanide, and strangulation. But once the shock of 6,600 volts was delivered, she was dead in only 10 seconds. So where exactly does Edison get involved? In order for the electrocution to take place, Luna Park and the SPCA had to collaborate with the local power company, the Edison Electric Illuminating Company of Brooklyn. Although the company bore Edison's name, he had no part in its creation or its ownership. Many power companies at this time had Edison in their name because they used his model of electrical power under a license. There is no evidence of correspondence between Thomas Edison, the SPCA, and the park during the time of Topsy's death. Although the number of spectators that were present is debated, there were many people from the press who arrived to witness the elephant's death. Among them were the filmmakers for the Edison Film Company. These filmmakers produced the famous short film, Electrocuting an Elephant. Once again, it is Edison's name that gets him into trouble. Although the documentary was filmed by his company, thereby attaching his name to the film, there is no evidence linking Edison to its creation. Many people from the press were present, and none of the newspaper articles from the electrocution even mention the famous Edison being there that day. Thomas Edison was president of the Edison Manufacturing Company, which oversaw the film company. As president of the manufacturing company, Edison was not responsible for filming the work. It is unlikely he had anything to do with the film, as the vice president would have supervised film operations, and there was no correspondence between Edison and the vice president on the subject of Topsy or electrocutions around the time of her death. However, years prior to Topsy's death, Edison had electrocuted smaller animals to demonstrate the danger of AC current. Because it was his company, Edison's name was attached to the title, and the film was mistakenly associated with these experiments. Although we don't know when exactly these misconceptions about Edison began, the internet has certainly contributed to its becoming so widespread. There are countless websites, blogs, and image posts that all tell and retell this myth, along with other shocking facts we didn't know, and in a time where we are constantly searching for and expecting truth from these sources, Edison's supposed killing of Topsy the elephant is a reminder of how quickly false information can spread and be accepted as fact.